Hi everyone. I promised my friend Karen I would show her my sourdough pizza making. So I wanted to show you my dough. See how that oil, it absorbed a lot of that oil. See all that? I know my lighting sucks, but it is what it is. The sun's out. My husband's heating up the jacuzzi. I'm making these pizzas and getting the heck out of this house. Okay, so that is a lot of dough, but I made a double batch of sourdough with that and just put it in the olive oil so it gets nice and soft. I also added olive oil to the mixer. So now I'm just gonna make, for a personal pizza, I do one about this size. I don't know, it's about, I don't know how much that is. I really don't. I could weigh it. But I just kind of stretch. Sourdough pizza dough is way more forgiving than regular yeasted pizza dough. For some reason, it has a lot longer time to ferment and to rise and everything. So, and I always butter my pans. I don't oil them because oil will dry up and stick and it'll absorb, but butter, these babies slide right off. So a personal pizza, just like that. And then I'm gonna take, you don't have to do this. I mean, if you don't have one of these, duh, you use a fork. But this is a pizza docker, do you see that? It's kind of cool. I'm just gonna go like that and like that. And what that does is it helps the pizza not to get the big bubbles. Personally, I like the bubbles, but some people don't. And I just, ever since the restaurant, I'm kind of like, oh, gotta get rid of the bubbles for some reason. And this is sourdough, so it's not going to, it's not gonna bubble up like regular yeasted dough will. There's absolutely no yeast in this. This is true sourdough with olive oil. So, and that's it. Now, because I do this with yeasted dough and I cook them for about 4 or 5 minutes in the oven. I take them out, I cool them, and then I just layer them with parchment paper and stick them in my freezer until they're hard, and then I put them in a bag. I don't want them to get, catawampus, but even if they do kind of curl up a little bit, don't worry about it because they will flatten out. But this is just, I'm gonna make a much bigger one here for when we have company, which is, our son, these days, come over and, so that's it. That is all we do. I'm pressing out those things. So I'm gonna do another docking and that's it. If you don't have a docker, of course, most people don't, just use a fork. If you don't wanna do it, don't do it. It's not a big deal, really isn't. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna fill this with probably 3 more. I'm gonna stick it in my preheated oven at 400 degrees for, because it's sourdough, I'm gonna say around 3 to 4 minutes, and that's it. I don't want this to get brick hard. I want it to have some pliability to it. So it's a non-yeasted dough, therefore it has a tendency to get crispy because it's sourdough. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna make this, there's a lot. So I'm gonna get really tired of doing this real quick here, and I'm gonna end up making an entire pan pizza and calling it a day. But anyway, this would be enough for 1, maybe 2 people for an appetizer or a great snack. But I don't freeze my pizzas with everything on them because I'm not DiGiorno. I want to be able to take this out and maybe just sprinkle a little bit of olive oil, some garlic, and some pecorino cheese and throw it in the oven and have a nice wedge of that with a meal. I want to be able to just dollop some ricotta on there and some pesto, sprinkle a little bit of caramelized onion and some pecorino cheese, and throw that bad boy in the oven to get it nice and melty. So I want to be able to do with this whatever I feel that day. Now, however, if you want to do that, here's what you'll do. You'll make the pizza crust first, then you'll put your topping, you'll take it out, let it cool, put your toppings on it, wrap it in plastic, then put it in your freezer. And then you're good to go. So don't freeze it uncooked like this. It doesn't work. It's not that freshetta stuff or whatever they have at the store. We're not putting anything that's gonna make it do that stuff in it. This is real food, not real fast, but really much better for you. Okay, so that's it. That's how I make my frozen pizza doughs in the oven, in the freezer. And I'm gonna Parbake them up right now, and we will have pizza for weeks, hopefully. All right, have a great day. Be kind to each other. Ciao.